Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Ecomi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, I wanted to touch on a few topics because I've been getting some interesting comments, and I wanted to clarify some things that I said in the video yesterday. And I also wanted to talk about a couple of other things because, yeah, I mean, I just feel like this is some information that will help a lot of people. So, yeah, that being said, y'all, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let's jump into it, y'all. So, the first thing that I wanted to address was I actually got a pretty, it was an interesting comment. You all know I really don't care about negativity, but honestly, I can tell my growth, and this is why I'm always proud of myself, because I can tell my growth, because now when I see somebody say something crazy to me, it's less, oh, I'm mad, or I got an ego, or I just don't care because I'm better. Like, it's like, wow, this guy really took the time to write a paragraph, and he feels this bad, and like what's going on? Why is he so focused on me in a negative light? Me personally, I try to find the positive in everything, and then I only try to cling towards positive people. So if this guy feels this way about me, why cling to me? Well, like, why are you clinging to something negative in your life? You have so much more potential. If I am that toxic to you, if I am that, disturbing to you, like, why don't you want better for yourself? You deserve better than to put yourself around me, because I don't offer what you need from someone. So it's really weird. Like, they told me that I was like, it was a whole little paragraph, but he told me basically, he said, you're trying to emulate successful people, stop it, you're a low IQ, and a bunch of stuff like that, where it's like, whatever. But at the same time, saying that I'm trying to emulate successful people, what would you prefer that I try to emulate? All the killers and drug dealers that's from where I'm from? Like, all the negativity, like all the stuff that literally has kept the people that are poor with me poor? Like, it's like, I come from a place where a lot of people don't make it out. So the only way out is to emulate better, because if you emulate the same thing, you're going to be in the same spot. And the same spot of anyone that's been in my circle my entire life is not a very great spot to be in. So that being said, not only do I, on my Patreon, not only am I talking to successful whales, millionaires, who are actually successful in real life. Like, some have worked for Amazon, some are successful day traders, like all types of stuff. I literally talk to people who have changed their lives in many different ways, most of them coming from humble beginnings as well, and changing their lives. Not only am I talking to these guys, I'm applying that information and making myself better with it. I'm making myself better, and that's what someone is criticizing me for. It's like, I feel, it makes me feel bad for some people, like people who can't see that. Like, so that's why when I see that comment now, I'm happy that it actually makes me feel sad. I consider that person like, wow, things not going well for that person. Because, like, really, seriously, one of the whales I talked to on my Patreon, he literally, like, after that conversation with him, he actually, like, made me refinance my car. Like, as in, like, he gave me some information where I realized, yo, I could refinance my car right now. He literally told me a good place to use. He told me a good deal to take, because one of the deals was terrible, the other one was really, really good. So he told me to take that deal, and literally I refinanced my car because of a conversation with one of these guys on the Patreon. So the Patreon is not just here for me to, just give what I know. I'm learning as well, like, throughout this entire process. This is why I bring on people better than me, smarter than me, farther along than me. And it's just, then you have somebody who's kind of having a upset time or having a depressed life or whatever, want to try to criticize someone for emulating the people that they probably should be trying to be more like. It's like, I'm not going to, I want to be more like the people who have made it out, who have changed their mindset, who has become very, very successful. Because if I can even be a part of what they are, especially combined, like, if I can be a part of everybody that I've brought on, I think that's a recipe for success, because all of these guys are very, very successful and very well off. So yeah, and it has proven to be successful so far. And then I get to connect with the people who support me on another level. Like, I respond to everything. I try to respond to everything, make whole videos about the things that people care about. So anyway, like that, yeah, that it was just a weird comment. I hate that mindset, and I want to make sure people are not just really in that mindset and falling for it, man. Like everybody deserves better than to be that type of person, man. So yeah, that being said, another big thing that I wanted to touch on is a video that I did yesterday when it was talking about the values rising of the comic books and things on Veve. People also brought to my attention, it could have potentially been delistings. So it doesn't necessarily mean the demand is up and stuff like that. And it could have been people delisting and then not relisting because they wanted to get more money for it. So, I mean, that's definitely a possibility. It could have just all been delisted. But I also think that at these prices, the demand has gone up. Now, I've always said that during the middle of a bear market, a recession, all this stuff, I don't think people are going to be buying NFTs. I don't foresee an explosion coming. I just wanted to be sure that people know that you have to really do your own research and figure out what you decide, because just like everybody's saying it could be delisted, it could also really just be the demand is super high and people are buying them all. Like no one has proof for their arguments. No one knows. Neither side knows. It's really got to come down to what you believe in. So when I cover a perspective that's only from one side and this guy is fully convinced that it's all being bought and the demand is there and stuff like that, don't take it as that is my perspective, because if you watch my videos, you know my perspective is what it's all about you. It's not about me, him, what anybody else thinks. It's all about you. Which side are you on? How do you feel? I usually don't stay on a side. I'm pretty neutral in things. I think that it does suggest that there's demand. I know based on my own behavior, like buying at these low prices, I demand those things, you know? It's like I would buy them at these prices because I know the potential of them. I have been buying some at these prices because I know the potential of them. So it's not like knowing the demand has gone up, I didn't care about buying those things. Like, well, I mean, I would have if I could have, but they were out of my reach. So at certain prices, like I would have bought them. So I know the demand is going up to an extent for sure. I just don't know how heavily impactful the delisting actually is. So I just wanted to clarify that and make sure people are making decisions based on yourself. Like, I'm not a financial advisor. No one that I react to is a financial advisor either. You have to, I know some come across more passionate where it's like, yo, this is your last chance, go get it. And I mean, I've done my fair share of videos like that as well. Like, so when you're passionate about something and you truly believe in it, and you believe that a big change is coming, you want to share that with people. Like, people see it as a negative thing if something doesn't happen. I see it as somebody's passionate about something, they believe in it, they're taking action towards it, and then they're sharing it with other people, which they don't have to do. If they turn out to be wrong, everybody's going to give them shit. But if they turn out to be right, this person literally told you an opportunity that they didn't even have to tell you to begin with. So people have to stop looking at things in a negative light and realize people are just trying their best, speaking about a project that they love with passion and from a perspective where we all have different views, different opinions, and we feel different ways about things, but it's all love. So, I mean, this is why it's important to do your own research, do your own due diligence, and make sure you come to the conclusions that you believe in. Don't like, if I make a bad decision, I can live with that because it's my decision that I made. If I follow somebody else and they made a bad decision, of course I'm going to be pissed that I followed them, but it still goes back to me because I'm the type of person where I made the choice to follow them instead of learning myself from them and then following myself. So that's what I really want to stress to people. Like, even talking to these whales, I interview these whales and stuff on Patreon. I don't follow them. I listen, I absorb the information, and then I apply it. I'm like, okay, so you did this, like you worked at Amazon. Okay, I obviously I can't do that. I can't do the same thing. But how can I apply the things that you've learned and some of your experiences to my life to improve my situation a little bit? And that's when I figure out how I can do it in my way, how I can take a little something from there and put it into me and then start acting on what I'm hearing. So the Patreon is not about entertainment. It's not about like, it's not just an entertainment type of thing. Like YouTube, it's free. Everything on here, it's like the Patreon, you can apply these things. Like I am applying these things. That's the thing. When I interview these people, I don't just interview for fun. I take something from every interview and apply it and get better from it and grow from it. And this is why you all have probably seen a lot more growth from me in so many different ways. So yeah, that being said, the last topic that I wanted to speak on was also a concern from the Patreon. They're like, yo, I don't just want to join a group where you're shilling more Veve and stuff like that. And I just wanted to break down the fact that I had some strong opinions on diversification, but I wanted to clarify that. I made like a year ago, I had a video about, oh, I don't believe in diversification. What I meant by that was I don't believe in investing in like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. Why am I investing in Burger King and Wendy's when I know McDonald's is going to kill them both? Like, if you know which one is McDonald's, that's not diversification. You're just in a lot of different restaurants. It's still the same restaurant industry. Like, that's why I'm like, oh, I don't need to invest in Veve, HRO, Recur. I'm like, all those same type of investments. Veve is king. I have no interest in investing, but that's just my opinion and my perspective. If you come from the perspective where HRO or Recur is your king, that's you. Like, that's you. You have to make that decision for yourself, and you have to live and stand by that decision and be okay with the consequences that come from that decision, whether they're positive or negative. That's your decision. But yeah, when I said I don't believe in diversification, it's not diversification. It's just like fake diversification, as in I didn't do enough research. I don't actually know what I'm talking about, know why I'm investing in something. I'm investing all of it just in case. Like, that's not diversification in my opinion. Diversification is holding some stocks, holding some property, holding some crypto, holding some NFTs, like Veve. Like, so for instance, Veve I see as one thing. I'm not investing in Recur or any of that stuff because I believe Veve is king. It's just really that simple. And I also am investing in cryptocurrency, but in cryptocurrency, I'm invested in obviously some staple things that you have to have, that's more, more risk, less risk to it, But then I'm invested in some stuff where there's it's medium risk, and then I'm invested in very risky. And I think that what would be considered very risky is probably the Omi token. But I don't think that that's very risky. I think that it's pretty secure in my opinion. But obviously I wouldn't be invested if I believed otherwise. So yeah, it's just it's about everything. Like, I really try to cover everything and go over everything on the Patreon, man. It's not just a Veve shilling place. It's a everything. I'm also invested in other cryptocurrencies. I'm also invested in the stock market and other stocks. I've diversified more into things that, they all pertain to this current space, the NFT space and stuff like that, because I've heard a lot of new information as well. I've talked to people and they've told me some amazing things about stuff that's to come with certain big companies and stuff. And they know they have some information where it's like, yo, I know this big company is working on something. You should probably look into it. You should probably check it out. And I get into these companies because I know that the potential that's about to come from this, because it's a lot. This is much deeper. It's much deeper. So, yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that it's, at the end of the day, it's all about doing your research and realizing what you believe in. I didn't want anybody to believe that, oh, Veve is Veve, my one and only investment and stuff like that. At one point in time, was it? Probably, yeah, it definitely was. At one point in time, I was selling my other investments just to get all in Veve. And it's not that my conviction has changed. I still believe that I'm going to get the highest return from Veve. It's just that, I want to know more about the space as a whole so I can start taking more advantage of multiple different opportunities. Like, I'm going to start learning how to trade as well. That whole journey is going to be live streamed on the Patreon. I'm going to learn how to trade. I'm going to learn how to, really enhance the type of person that I am and really learn how to create wealth and things like that. I want to do more. So it's just about growth in every aspect. So I just want to share this. These are some nuggets. I know that, listen, you all see me talking about the Patreon a lot. That's because I draw a lot of inspiration from there. Obviously, it does help support me. But at the same time, I draw a lot of inspiration from there because that is what's really helped me grow a lot. Like, talking to these people, changing my mindset, really, because everybody goes through points of depression, goes through points of self-doubt and stuff like that. And when you're talking to people who have it figured out, who have proven to have it figured out, and then they're spending their time helping other people and they don't have to, it's inspiring, it's refreshing, and it gives you, you see things from a new perspective when you get back to it. So I think that the support that I've gotten from some of the whales and some of the people in the community has been invaluable. So anyway, that being said, y'all, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I will catch you all in the next one, fam. Peace out, y'all.